Managing web directories in Plesk. This tutorial will show you how to manage web directories in Plesk. For this demonstration, we logged into Plesk as the admin user. If you're logging in as a client or domain administrator, the navigation will differ slightly and some of the options will not be available in your control panel. Whenever possible, we will note the differences in access levels in this tutorial. Click the Domains link. Click the domain name. Under a client's panel, the domains owned by that client will be listed at the bottom of the main menu, accessed by clicking the Home link in the navigation panel on the left. Click the Web Directories icon. Under a Domain Administrators panel, the Web Directories icon is located in the main menu accessed by clicking the Home link in the navigation panel on the left. First, let's look at the preferences. Click the Preferences icon. Each virtual directory will have its own set of preferences that can be adjusted. The preferences we're going to look at are for the document root. A virtual directory is a configuration in the web service that points web requests for that domain to another directory without including the path to the physical directory in the URL. Here we can make adjustments to the settings. These permissions are configured within the web service and should not be confused with the file system permissions we will discuss later in this tutorial. Some web applications will need certain permissions for the virtual directory set in both places to function properly. These settings control the default file that is loaded when no file name is specified in the request in the order of descending priority. File names can be added to the list using the first text field and then clicking the Add button. On Windows-based systems, file names are not case-sensitive. The order can be adjusted by selecting the file name in the list and then using the up and/or down buttons to adjust the position. These settings allow you to configure custom settings for ASP for this directory. Click the OK button to save any changes. Click the Web Directories link. We can also adjust permissions. The virtual directory uses the permissions of the destination directory. For instance, changes made here will also be reflected in the permissions set for the HTTP docs directory. For more information about file permissions, refer to the tutorial Modifying File Permissions in Plesk. Click the ASP.NET icon. This icon allows us to select the version of the ASP.NET framework this directory uses for ASP.NET applications. This icon will restore the server defaults for this directory. You will need to check the documentation for your application or with your developer concerning the specific settings you need in the rest of the configuration for this directory. Click the Web Directories link. Click the PHP Settings icon. Here we can select which version of PHP scripts in this directory we'll use. Currently, PHP 4 is considered end-of-life and no longer supported by the developers of the language. PHP 4 is included for legacy application compatibility. It is recommended, however, that scripts be converted or replaced to be PHP 5 compatible wherever possible. More information about the differences between PHP 4 and PHP 5 can be found at the developer's website using the following URL. Click the Web Directories link. Now let's add a new subdirectory. Directories can also be created using File Manager. For more information on using the File Manager, refer to the following tutorial, Using the File Manager in Plesk. Click the Add New Directory icon. Enter the directory name. Click the OK button. Click the name. Here we can add another subdirectory or customize the configuration for this one. Click the Web Directories link. Now let's remove the directory. Click the checkbox to select the directory. Click the Remove Selected link. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. Now, let's add a virtual directory. Click the Add New Virtual Directory icon. Enter the name. Leaving this option checked will automatically create a physical directory with the same name pointed to it. When we uncheck the option, it now prompts us to enter the path to the existing where we want it pointed. Click the Select icon. Select the HTTP docs item to view the contents. Let's point it at the demo directory. Click the OK button. Click the OK button. Click the Web Directories link. Clicking the name would return us to the settings for the virtual directory. Now, let's delete the virtual directory. Click the checkbox. Click the Remove Selected link. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. Next, let's look at some of the other options. Click the MIME Types tab. Multi-purpose Internet Mail Extensions, or MIME, are used to tell the web service what type of file with a particular extension is, so that it can answer a request for it properly. Although MIME types were originally developed for the encoding of email attachments, the standard has been adopted for many other applications. The web service will assume the request is to download the file in the event that there is an extension without a corresponding MIME type. The system has a separate list of MIME types that handles how files with certain extensions, such as .php, .asp, .cgi, etc., which is why these are not listed and don't need to be added. Let's add the MIME type for shockwave flash movies. Click the Add New MIME Type icon. Enter the extension. Select the content. If the content type you're looking for isn't listed, select Custom and enter the type manually in the text field below the menu. Here it is. Click the OK button. To change the setting, click the extension. We can make changes if we want here. Click the OK button to save any changes. Since we aren't making any changes, click the Cancel button to return. Now let's delete the entry. Click the checkbox to select the entry. Click the Remove Selected link. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. Click the Error Documents tab. Here we can customize what is displayed when specific errors occur. Let's look at the settings for one of them. Click the description. Select the type. You can select a file to deliver or to use a redirection URL. The first option will restore the default setting for the server. Enter the path to the file or the URL. Since we aren't making any changes again, we will click the Cancel button to return. Click the Protection tab. Here we can configure the site to be a password-protected site. Password protection can also be configured by adding the protection to the / directory using the Password Protected Directories icon in the main menu for the domain. For more information on setting up password protection, refer to the tutorial Password Protecting Directories in Plesk. Congratulations! You now know how to manage web directories in Plesk.